Good afternoon, everyone, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. This is Starfleet's Ask Me Anything. Fleet Admiral Parmley can't be here today due to work. He had to work over, so Admiral James Herring is sitting in, which he was going to be a guest anyway. He's our VCS, and he's also the CO of the USS Missouri in Region 12. So let me introduce everyone. Viola Curtis is running late, so she'll be here later. She's the Region 5 RC. We have Fleet Captain Cesar Ficachi, the RC of Region 18, and XO of the Minerva, also in Region 18. Colonel Charles Grew Randolph. He's on the USS, is it Umiak? Umiak of Region 12. He's the OIC of the 213th Marine Strike Group, 12th Brigade OIC, D-OIC of Starfleet Security, and the SFMC Heraldry Officer. And last, Captain Gerhard.
But not least.
Oh, but not least, of course. Yeah, this is not an order of importance by any means. Okay. Captain Gerhard Len Pretorius, CO of Charlton Station, Deep Space 8. He's the Region 8 Chief of Communications, the AIG of Gamma Quadrant, Chief Wireless Operator under the VCS, and Assistant Director, Schools of College of Plasma Technology, Federation Studies, and Leadership. And you have one new position, correct?
I have.
And then the one you were talking about earlier, I mean, you're the AIG. Was there something else you're doing with the IG, or did that cover it?
I'm just the Assistant Inspector General.
Well, okay, it's still something. Okay. So anyway, we're going to start off with, I guess this will be, since our top dog is here, Admiral Herring. Is there anything you'd like to share with the fleet at large right now, sir?
Well, certainly. Well, thank you, Kimberly. We talked about this on the last AMA that I was with, and it came from the picnic down in Paducah. But for those who don't know, Fleet is putting together a cookbook. One of the things that is under my offices is promotions, retention, public relation, marketing, you name it. And it's been good because I've been doing actually those jobs for 30 years. And something that I think at one time, someone said a long time ago, there was a Fleet cookbook. We're trying to do it again. The thing that will be different about this, hopefully, this is all, we're still working it out, but we are moving ahead with it, is this will all be on a PDF format. One of the biggest things that we've heard, and we know this, particularly since we have two people from outside the U.S., is trying to get something to them without it costing an arm and a leg. PDF, we can ship it over, the internet. It's going to get there without, spending $20 to get shipping. So this is one of the reasons people say, well, why can't we get a book format? Hey, if you want to print it out and put it in a book format, more power to you. But I was looking at trying to get this something that is going to be accessible and cost efficient to all our members everywhere. Donna Roselli is actually the point of contact. Her email is ruachanddrasfi@gmail.com. Send as many recipes as she wants. She's going to get together to put this in a format, and then we'll announce it when we can sell it, and hopefully it will be something people want to contribute to. I am contributing a couple recipes. One is a muffin recipe that my wife loves, and it's gluten-free, you name it, and believe it or not, it actually tastes good because you use honey and everything else. So if you've got people who want vegetarian recipe or gluten recipe, whatever, don't feel bad or don't, whatever. We want them all.
Regional recipes too.
Yeah, anything. I mean, we want real recipes. And I'm hoping, because when this was brought up, I think at the first AMA with you, again, we had some people outside the U.S. who thought it was a great idea. I would love to see recipes from as many different countries, many different regions as possible. I think this would be something that hopefully will show that we are one big fleet, that we value wherever you at. as a member. And we all love good food. I'm probably a fine example of that. But I want this to be something that can cross over to wherever you're at. And that's why putting this as a PDF, shipping it to anybody that has an email address is one of the most cost-effective things that I know of without breaking the bank, instead of trying to ship physical books to the UK or South Africa or Australia. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of recipes. I know my wife loves to cook. Think of it this way: put as many as you can. If we have to do a second printing, hopefully, of another book, that'd be great. But this is an idea that I thought of as a, yes, a little bit of a moneymaker, but also as a way to get as many people everywhere involved.
And you'd like pictures also included.
Very good. Yes. In fact, that's one of the things I'm working on. I made a batch of muffins. They didn't turn out the best photogenically. I'm having to do another batch, which unfortunately my wife just hates that, because it means she's going to have to eat them. But I'm going to get some good picture there because it has cranberries and nuts. So yeah, I'm going to take pictures of your final dish to send them into anything you want. The only thing I had some people say, well, can we put mixed drinks recipes in? No, this is not a bartender guide. And at one time, Region 12 actually did have a bartender guide about 25 years ago. But for now, this is just pure food recipes.
Okay. And Fran, I will get that out and put that at a banner in just a few minutes. We have a question from Chris. He wants to know if the database is down.
That I don't know. That's comp ops. That would probably be something we can look into. I would probably do the same thing to see if I can get onto it, and we'll let me know to see if there is a problem.
There was something where it wasn't telling you that your report had been submitted, but you could see it in the database. But when I did my MSR, I did get a notice saying it went in. So.
Okay. Well, I don't know about.
I just logged onto it. Seems to be all right.
Yeah, I logged into it too, so I don't know, depending on if you're trying to submit an MSR or whatever, but just to access the database, I had no problem getting into it just now.
Yeah.
So
I got in it just now, so it's being a diva. It just works when it wants to.
Oh yeah. But again, I want to thank, and that's a good thing, I want to thank Tony and all the guys working on that, because I know that's been a massive undertaking since we took offices to do that. So I know they're using baling wire and gum and spit to do it.
Oh, could the browser you're using be a problem? That's out of my knowledge.
Again, I don't know.
One of my COs, one of my COs can access to the database because the database is not recognize his password.
Yeah, that's one thing that I have found out, because some of my crew have that problem. If you don't have like a Gmail address, it's very finicky. Hotmail, Outlook, Yahoo, a lot of them don't get a lot of the things that are generated by the computer operations database stuff. Something, like I said, either contact Tony, let them know what's going on. But yeah, put in a ticket. Good question.
Okay, here's a question about the cookbook.
Well, I would say any non-alcoholic recipes might be available. It depends. From the cookbooks that I have seen, and I'm going off of coming from small towns. Small town churches always had different cookbooks, once a year as a fundraiser. They usually did put like drinks, like eggnog or something that were pure non-alcoholic. If you want to try to send something, go ahead. Again, I'm actually letting Donna. She is the point of contact for that. She'll decide it. Like I said, if you send 20 recipes in, maybe not all 20 is going to get in this one. But if we have more volumes after this, sure. I'm hoping this does take on a life of its own, and we do this. I hope doing this as a PDF, and we're doing it so we're not paying someone else out to do it, and being able to send it to South Africa or UK or Australia will be something that will appeal to a lot of people. That way we're not jacking up shipping prices. I have paused.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Well, you all be getting your questions together. Remind your crews that this is going on so they can come join us. Cesar, what's going on down in Region 18?
Well, Region 18 is the past month is in standby because I got my vaccine, my first vaccine, and really I have a bad time with the symptoms. And also, well, it's difficult to Region 18 to grow because it's a great many countries, and we have a lot of competition to another fan club in Ibero-America. And well, we are trying to finish our website to Region 80, and well, we are working slowly, but we are working.
I'm sorry you had trouble recovering. I just got sleepy.
Yes, sleepy and had an edge and a pain in my how do you say, my unions? How do you say the
Your
word?
ulna? Your
Yeah.
ulnar nerve there?
Yeah,
Oh.
and all the body, and I have the problem because in 7 days I received my second doses, and I don't know. I expect it's no problem with that.
Mm.
Well, almost fully vaccine.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
my first jab. I only had some tenderness in the arm, but nothing else. And then Tuesday, I'm going for jab number 2.
Okay. Yes, I have two pain in my arm, but at the 10 hours after, I start with all the pain in all the body and headache and sleepy, and I have the symptoms some days.
Mm.
People
But
at
it's
chat
okay.
saying the second one hits even harder.
It's harder?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. The day after my son got his second one, he passed out at work.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't it peculiar how everybody's different? I mean, I was like, oh, I feel so sleepy. I don't think I can cook dinner. I'm going to go to bed. That was mine.
Yes, and also I'm sleeping for 20 minutes and then wake up and do something, and then an hour later, then sleeping 20 minutes, and several days I have these symptoms.
Now say something.
Yeah.
Gerhard, no,
I've moved the microphone a little closer, as you can see.
I can hear you a little better now.
Okay. I'll talk up.
It did get faint, but I thought it was my hearing. Okay, we have a question about the newsletter.
Okay.
I think either of those formats is fine as long as they can copy and paste from it. They're happy.
Well, I don't think a PDF would work, would it really? It'd be better where they could, because sometimes they have to edit and change spelling and things.
Yeah.
I used to be a proofreader for the CQ.
But they do accept most formats, even text files.
Mm-hmm.
And I also encourage everyone to put in, send something to the CQ. I know Dennis is always calling. I'm actually got 1 or 2 things I'll be putting hopefully into this next CQ myself. So always put something in. People like to see it. Whatever you've got going on, an article, pictures, anything. That's the whole point of we're trying to be as far-reaching and encompassing as possible.
Next question.
What did you guys all do for Star Trek Day?
Oh, I watched the special on television.
Mm.
I kept forgetting about that, but I was rewatching the season 2 of Lower Decks.
It was really good. You remember the 30th anniversary of Trek, and it was in a big auditorium, and everybody was glammed up. There were people at this in blue jeans and sneakers and stuff. Talking about stars, it was very different. Of course, it was outside due to COVID, But I was a little surprised at the dressing down. And somebody yelled something ugly out at one of the cast members. The doctor on Discovery, somebody yelled out a homophobic, ugly name to him when he was sitting there on stage.
Really?
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Humans suck.
Mm-hmm.
Times change, unfortunately, good and bad. But the only other thing I did was I posted a meme. So I know.
They showed a trailer of sorts of Strange New Worlds.
Oh, that's great.
For more
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So you all have seen it?
I have not.
There's a Cadet Uhura
Yes.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
and Nurse Chapel.
Yes.
Except I don't like her hair. It's awful. And
Well, the original hair was kind of awful.
I know, but Dr. Mabenga is going to be on there. Which, yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, they're representing everyone from the original pilot. That's great.
Yes. Yes, it is great. It's great.
Yeah, well, yeah, and one, of course. Oops. Oh, no.
Well, I'm excited that supposedly the third season of Orville is coming out too. So
Yeah.
Yes.
They've had to fight hard for
Yeah.
that one. But I was the best thing about Discovery was Pike for me. So the moment it looked like he was gonna leave now. I was like, please give him his own show.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you see the gift package, the press gift package from the presentation? Do you see it? It's a box with several items from Star Trek. Do you see it?
I missed that part.
It's great. A lot of things in this package. It's a special press package.
Trying to find it now.
What was in it?
Something like I think it's some of glass, and I don't remember, but it's great. All the package to do.
I'll have to look that up because I was sewing while doing mending while we were watching it, so I would look up, look down, but it was very nice. And the music, I like the mask that the orchestra had on.
Mm-hmm.
It said Star Trek Day on it.
Hey, Gerhard, they said they never got something to Dennis. Could they send it to you for the CQ?
Well, I'm not CQ staff. I'm academic monitor staff.
Okay.
But the last article I submitted to Dennis, I never got a response either. It just goes into the machine, and then you hope it pops up in the CQ. That's what happened to me.
Me too.
I was very proud about that article too. Even closer? How about now?
Oh, better.
That works.
It was fine earlier. I don't know what happened.
You
I think
have the
it's
voice
might
for
be
the
my
trailer.
internet more than my microphone.
You
There we
have the
go.
voice from the trailer from the Strange New Worlds.
In a world.
Yes.
I'm looking, and I like the new uniforms for Strange New World.
Yes,
I felt like the
Mhm.
colors were more on spot than I think.
With the tiny command logos.
Well, I didn't like that mustard yellow that they had Pike's people in. Not that. That's Lower Decks. That's cartoon. But yeah, show us your outfit, Gru. Stetson.
Spin around.
Yeah.
Look at that's his Strange New World. I mean, Lower Decks uniform he just got last week.
Yeah,
From,
nothing on it yet. I forgot to move the stuff over.
So you
Well, at
Lower
least he's wearing
Decks fans, yeah,
right?
yeah. At least you're wearing pants. That's a plus. I didn't send
Well,
out.
you're lucky I was on the bike earlier.
Usually, I send out an email ahead of time to the guests, reminding them to wear pants, not drink on screen, alcohol, and no vaping. But I didn't get to do that this time. I'm slacking. But yeah, I want one of those.
No,
Except I guess I could have a captain one, but I want to see what they do for Admiralty and Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, I'm going to stick to Kirk's advice. Never let them promote you beyond captain.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have a choice, though.
No,
James. James is like, I didn't want to be VCS again.
Between him and Chris Boggs, I was happy just
No,
doing
again,
it.
no, I was CS
Gender.
at one time, not VCS.
Mhm.
So.
It's a lot of responsibility, even being a CO, but I can't imagine being VCS or CS.
No.
And my
The amount
44
of
days of glory when I was CS after after the McGinnis fiasco. So.
Did you get
But,
death threats too?
CS, pardon?
Did you get death threats
Do
too?
No,
When you were
kept
CS.
everything together. I kept everything together when I took over because I had to go and get everything back from McGinnis and everything else. So no, I did a lot. I put out the final CQ for that year and everything else. No, I did not get death threats. I was one. It was like being the bus boy and then suddenly being promoted to the captain of the Titanic. And I tried to make sure that we weren't sinking, although we were decks awash, but we did not go down. I made sure that I handed it off to the next administration. So I'm quite proud of the fact that I did do a lot of things to keep it together, and I got some good comments for the people who remember. And no, I was proud of like I said, my 44 days of glory. And as VCS, I think I have the fun job versus what Steve has to do because I get all my departments, as in Mr. Colonel Grew as my vice provost for security, and Captain Pretorius is my chief wireless officer. So I have fun. I have the fun position. So. But it's still a lot of work, yes.
Yes. It's a lot of departments under you.
Keeping all the balls in the air and doing whatever needs to be done to make sure Fleet does. In fact, I'm with Captain Pretorius's hard work. We're going to have some ad campaigns on some different websites coming up either around Christmas or at the first of the year. And he's done some excellent work. So we're going to have a little more of a presence, at least online, with about 3 different websites that are sci-fi related. So I'm not sitting on the laurels. And I can honestly say, as I've said before, and I'll say it again, couldn't done it with the hard work without Captain Pretorius, because he's the graphics guy. That's what we needed, and we would not have the look of a lot of things without him. So I want to make sure that he understands. I definitely appreciate him, and I want to make sure people understand that he is he does a lot of excellent work. So
I'm just utterly excited. My hobby is useful.
Thank you again, Captain Pretorius. You do excellent work. Thank you.
Well, like I said, the people watching here don't realize we've been working together for a year, but this is the first time we actually kind of met each other.
Exactly. So
Seriously?
I'm excited about that.
Wow.
It's a good thing about this show, I think. It's enabled me to meet a lot of people.
And it's good to see Cesar too, because
Mhm.
we see each other occasionally on the AB meetings.
I know Owen, he gets that. I get the same problem with the AIG meetings, because for you guys it's evening time. For us it's like 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, I haven't figured out, and I'm glad it's all in Steve's wheelhouse. I don't know how we could do it. I mean, we got to be fair to everybody sometime, and I don't know quite sure how to work that out, but we do try to either make sure it's late for one group and early for another, or whatever. I mean, we are trying to do the best we can.
Now, for me, the default greeting every time is "Hello from the world of tomorrow."
So you're a time traveler.
Yeah, it'll be 3 a.m. on Sunday here, and then 9 p.m. on Saturday for all the other guys.
Yeah, I got to try to work for another AMA with Australia again. That takes some juggling, because it's for Saturday mornings are best for them. So that makes a Friday night for us, but we don't want them to think they're forgotten. So we got to do another one.
Well, everybody, as I said, I'm big to make sure. I've always wanted to include everybody as possible. I've made sure, even when I was a CO, that we included anybody and everybody. It didn't matter what they were, anything else, because that's what Star Trek to me is always about. And at the time, way back when dinosaurs walked the earth, when I joined in '87, people at Trek, we were not as accepted. We were still bullied and everything else. And of course, me being a kind of a bigger guy, I never really had to worry about that. But I'm one of these people that I don't like bullies, and anybody was welcome to come to our meetings. And I made sure, I hate to say safe places, but they were welcome to come and have fun. So I want to make sure that everybody in fleet has that option too. Star Trek should be accessible to anybody, anywhere. Doesn't matter who, what, where, why. That's what Trek's all about. We should just be able to have fun. And I've made great friends all over the world. Some that I'm just now meeting as like with Captain Pretorius, but other people, even in Australia, when I was way back when, or when we actually sent things via U.S. mail. I want to make sure people understand that people who join Starfleet and any fandom anywhere, people get, well, you do this, you do that. Yeah, look at people who do fantasy football. That's just D&D for jocks. So.
I don't understand that. Fran has a question about where does Captain Pretorius live?
Now, Franco autocorrected to where does Captain Pretoria come from?
Yeah.
It's the capital of my country, South Africa, in Region 8.
I know Region 8's big, and I know South Africa's huge, but I asked Owen how long it would take to get to you. Because I was thinking y'all could get together and hang out. And he said, well, it's like a 3-hour flight and a 12-hour drive or something like that. And oh, my goodness.
It's like 16 hours.
Oof.
Because road works. But yeah, South Africa itself, I'd say about a third to almost half the width of the U.S. continental.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are much bigger. But
right.
We feel spaced apart. I mean, yes, our region is technically big, but there's only 3 chapters here.
Well, in Region 80 is 33 countries, and we have 2 chapters.
Yeah, no, we're in the same boat here. Us primarily Southern Hemisphere teams.
Mm-hmm.
But your regions are still as important as any other region.
Oh, yeah.
I love my region. I don't have daylight savings time to worry about.
Oh, you are lucky.
Lucky, yeah.
I
hate that.
About it when Steven calls the IG meetings, like, wait, are you guys at plus this or plus this now?
Yes, it's a pretty big problem. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would love to get, I would love to get more chapters in both you guys' regions. So if there's anything I can do to help you all, please let me know. The same way with your chapters or anything, because I would love to. We got that one chapter in China, and I actually was contacted by someone from Idaho, which we don't have any chapters there, and I would love to have chapters everywhere. I'm a big, I want to see chapters all over the world for Starfleet.
Our biggest handicap right now is just all the COVID and the lack of gatherings. It makes recruiting very difficult.
Yeah.
Right.
So we as our chapter, we've been excited for that recruitment drive, but you can never really get there with current restrictions.
You all just recently commissioned, right?
Yeah, as of the 26th of August.
Good.
Yeah, because somebody needs to send you a certificate after she makes it. I'll get it.
I can make my own.
I have to send you the official one, then you can do what you want, because you ought to see the one I got for our commissioning. Ugh. They'd quit doing it for a while. And then when they started doing them again, I said, well, can I have one? And it was bad.
Yeah, I want to design one with the full sort of bronze tones to it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
With all
fancy
the names of the members and everything, and then get that printed on small acrylic sheets that I can give to the crew.
Yeah, we had membership certificates I made for everybody, but nobody really wanted them. I said, well, save it in your email. I didn't print them out.
Well, one of the things talking about trying to help out is, of course, as I'm going to plug, I got these, window clings. They're kind of like stickers. You can put them anywhere for $5. I have one on my car. My wife does. I have it on my laptop. That shows that, of course, I'm a Trek member. When I go out in public with my laptop, I've had 1 or 2 people ask about it. So I don't think they join, but it's one way to show people, hey, you're a member without having to wear a uniform or anything else. And they look pretty good. And like I said, they are clings, which supposedly you can peel off and put wherever you need. And they're only $5. You can get those through the quartermaster or contact me. I have a few left from the picnic. So.
Yeah, I got a bunch at the auction I won, and I mailed them to the crew. I just got mine put on the other day, and it was a little hard to get off, but the way you explained it to me, I was able to.
Yeah.
And it looks good. My dad's about to die, though. It's his former vehicle, the one I use, and he said, "Sissy, I don't believe in advertising like that. Your car is not a billboard." I said, "I know."
But
No, if your car was a billboard, you'd go, full pimp my ride and cover the entire thing in decal.
Yeah. He says, "What does Trekkie Mobile mean?" And I said, "It means your daughter's a nerd, Dad. I'm sorry."
I bought this decal for my car, but my wife says no.
Uh-oh.
Aww.
Luckily, I married a person who loved Trek, and I think I put it even in the CQ when I met her, and we chatted. I told her, what are you into and everything else. Well, after the third date, I said, okay, let's see if I can scare her off. And I remember this because we were driving, and I said, remember when I told you I like Star Trek? And she goes, yeah. I said, well, I failed to mention that I'm the vice commander of Starfleet and I hold the rank of admiral. And I go, but you said you like Star Trek. She goes, no, I don't like Star Trek. I love Star Trek.
Yeah.
So that's what I looked at on that one. So
it's a big difference.
My wife is a member of my crew.
My wife is she's taken OTS. She is my chief counselor, and she actually has a couple different Trek uniforms she bought. She has one of the new SFI challenge coins and a few other things. And anybody who was at the picnic knows that my wife likes Worf and wrestling, which I didn't know at the time until she started buying those things at the auction. So
maybe your wife need to talk with my wife.
Trust me, she is that's the other thing is she is a talker too, isn't she, Kimmy?
She's very nice.
She is very. Oh no, I'm not saying, but she is also a talker. She can.
Yeah, that's a good.
If you want her to, she'd love it. My wife loves to meet people anywhere too. That's another good thing. She is very outgoing.
Mm-hmm. She was. We just took right off. I could talk to her all day.
And she even brought the cookies down to the barbecue too. She had a friend that's a baker, and she made them in Star Trek shapes. So
And
I was
they
trying
were
to get her.
good.
Well, how much could they be shipped and everything else? And it goes, well, yeah, but they're like $2 or $3 a pop if we buy them or whatever. And I'm going, I would love to ship them overseas, but I don't think food would ship well. But I was thinking of you guys. I really was.
They were good cookies. I risked my gluten allergy flaring up, and I ate one. It was worth it. So they were, and I didn't get sick. So,
well, like I said, the muffin recipe, Kimberly, that I'm going to be putting in, or at least I'm sending to the cookbook, is gluten free. It's everything free. I mean, and believe it or not, the muffins my wife loves. They actually are very good. So the cranberries and nuts, honey. It's used, coconut flour and all the other different types of stuff. So.
Okay, is that showing up? That's the back of my car. See, it's Trekkie Mobile, and I have the Starfleet, and that dilithium warp drive sticker. I just love it. I got it off of Etsy.
Wow.
Isn't that cute?
That is.
They had it in one that it's like 3D, the plastic, it actually says like 4-wheel drive, different things like that. But I was afraid somebody would take that off. So I just got the sticker, and it was half the price, the sticker. So like $6, but it's cute.
And being a car person, I'm going to say Honda CR-V.
Yes. Yes, it is.
It's a cute little SUV.
It is, but it was free, so I'm not going to complain.
Don't forget, this side of the world, that's an average to big size. It's
really?
not on American levels of comparison.
Yeah, unlike my Yukon, which is ginormous.
That's nice. I'd like to have a camper and a vehicle big enough to pull a camper. Not a huge camper. I'd love to have a vintage one restored because I like that look, but nope. He'll never agree.
I have an Equinox, which is not that big. It's bigger than that, but I like it because I don't have to be pulled out, or it's when you sit in, you just go straight into the seat. So
That's nice.
You kind of have to climb up out of my car.
yeah. Well, because I am a small guy, so.
Isn't there a place where could you send in upcoming conventions to the CQ?
I don't see why not.
I think they asked for that. Dennis did at the IC.
Probably. I mean, Dennis would love anything and everything to put in the CQ.
And you can also send it to Starfleet at large.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of different conventions. We just had one here, Comic-Con here in Kansas City. There's a couple of different gaming conventions that
I was there.
Lately seem to be going virtual. So I don't know.
I'm world knowledgeable enough to know by now that Kansas City is not in Kansas. It's in Missouri.
Part of it is.
Part of it is Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri. But
they're technically two different cities.
They are technically two different cities.
Is this the part
trust me,
where
I got an education because I just completed 3 days of jury duty too.
I can reveal to James now that I'm a Patriots fan.
Oh, I'm sorry. Chiefs fan all the way.
We have a town here in Bristol that's divided by a state line. Where I live, Bristol, Virginia, and Bristol, Tennessee. You can the state line's on the main street, and you can keep hopping back and forth. There was even a Geico commercial about it. The lizard was jumping back and forth.
Well, that's just like St. Louis. There's St. Louis, and there's East St. Louis. So.
And Memphis,
which is a world of difference.
Is it really?
Let me just say, East St. Louis was mentioned and filmed in. Well, let me put it this way: Escape from New York was filmed in East St. Louis.
Oh.
And that was 30 years ago, and it hasn't gotten any better.
Yeah, I say you're dating yourself there, Gru.
Yeah. Well, it's not a place you want to be after dark.
That's like Memphis and West Memphis. The state line divides those. I don't remember what Capellan is.
Capella, that was a original series planet. Man, I'd have to research that. That's up off of my head.
I'm gonna have to turn in my trick card.
Oh no, that's.
All right, Margaret, explain that.
The Capellans were a humanoid species from the Alpha Quadrant. They were native to the planet Capella 4. As of the 23rd century, their civilizations were divided into 10 tribes. That's the one with the baby.
Oh.
Aline, Capella 4. So.
Okay.
I want to go for Capella A and Capella B. So one could be a Capella.
A cappella.
A cappella.
Friday's Child, yeah. Had Julie Newmar, the most beautiful Catwoman.
Eartha Kitt.
Eartha Kitt's very pretty too.
Oh yes.
She slayed me in that Emperor's New Groove. Yzma.
I loved her in that.
She's just was an amazing actress.
For me, it was Patrick Warburton.
Oh, he's funny.
Oh, the two together were great.
Yeah.
They were. I loved when he was speaking squirrel. It was just
squeaky squeaker.
When I feel down, I watch Kronk's New Groove, or Emperor's Ears, things like that. Over the Hedge with William Shatner playing a possum. Those cheer me up. If you've never seen Over the Hedge, watch it just to see him do his death scene. It's hilarious.
Classic Kirk.
Rosebud.
I still have to watch Senior Moment, his latest movie with Christopher Lloyd.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one. I haven't seen it. I don't. Is it even out yet?
Yeah, I've seen it out and about. People doing reviews online, so I'm assuming.
San
not
Francisco.
seen it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's been. I looked it up. It's released, at least here in the United States. It was released back in March. Man, I guess I'll have to go look at that.
Yeah.
This COVID has messed up. I mean, not trying to be flip because so many people lost their lives, but it's messed up a lot of things. We
Yeah.
went to the movies last night for the first time, and there were maybe 20 people in the theater, which I liked. We had nobody around us, but we hadn't seen a movie out since Aquaman, but it felt weird being in a theater.
Yeah.
We went out
What'd you
last
see?
Friday as well.
So Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings.
Yeah, that's yeah. Karen and I
Very
went and saw that.
good. Wasn't it good?
Yeah, it was cute. Karen
I
loves
saw-
the Chinese or the kung fu movies. That's good.
Oh yeah, it
Found out
was.
about that.
It was an interesting story. Lots of action. It didn't
Yep.
drag on. I thought, and I love Awkwafina. I just think she's hilarious. And
I have concerns about the movie, but I won't discuss them here because that's spoilers.
Good point. Yeah,
but yeah,
it was
it was good.
it was a cute movie.
It was
I
worth
like
the
the lead
second
actor.
mortgage we took for tickets.
Well,
That's why I like the $5 Tuesdays.
Oh,
Which, yeah, on this Tuesday, I went to the theater for the first time in over a year.
what'd you say?
Free Guy.
Oh, was that any good?
The only way to put it, it's Deadpool and Ready Player One kind of mixed together. It's
Yeah, that's
it's
what I was
great.
thinking.
I loved it.
Another one of those movies where we've been watching previews for a whole year while they've been delaying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and I didn't see one good trailer last night. They were all
Oh,
depressing.
I've
agreed.
been waiting
Agreed.
for Top
I
Gun
agree
so
with
hard.
What? Which one?
you. And the peanut gallery speaks.
Yeah, he goes, not all of them, but I don't remember a good one. One was about teen suicide, and
Yeah, they were pretty great, and they didn't seem to have anything to do with the
oh,
movie
the
I was watching.
Eternals. The Eternals trailer was good. I forgot.
Oh,
about
I didn't
that.
have that one. The only decent trailer I had for Free Guy was for the new the new Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
which
We didn't even have that.
I believe in Paul Rudd.
I
Yeah.
didn't get popcorn even, and I was wanting to, but I was kind of leery about it.
I did
Oh,
the
no, I
opposite. I
got-
got popcorn and like 10% of it.
Oh yeah. No, I ate popcorn, and yeah, between both of us, we cleared the big old bucket, and oh yeah, we're
Before the
traditional.
movie starts.
Oh, I didn't see Top Gun, but yes, Jerry, they did show Dune, but I'm not a Dune fan, but he is. So when I think of
Good.
Dune, all I think of is a big worm and a overweight guy floating. That's all I think about.
I'll
Was
admit,
Top Gun 2 out yet? I thought it hadn't been released yet.
No, it's coming out next month.
Doom comes out in October. Top Gun got delayed
Yeah.
until November again.
That's what I thought. I didn't think it
Yeah.
come out yet.
The previews for the new Doom look good, and I'll admit I like the De Laurentiis one.
Here,
It had a lot of issues, but yeah.
Here in Mexico, Dune is about it October 20, maybe. It's
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think here it's the 22nd.
Well, HBO Max will have it streaming live as well.
I
Oh,
don't.
something like Doom, you gotta see it on a big screen. Come on.
Yeah, some things you just need to. That's why we went to see that
Yeah.
last night. I felt so bad about Val Kilmer. I mean, I know lots of people get cancer and stuff, but he just looks so pitiful.
Mhm.
I loved him. Like, what was it? Top Secret and Real
Yep.
Genius, and
Yeah,
then the best Doc Holliday, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I'm,
Funny story. I have a picture. It's weird because it's a guy that does paintings in Sharpie, but it's
Wow.
really really good. And it's one of the classic Doc Holliday from Tombstone. And I have that up in my bedroom. And a girl I was dating for a while, who has known me for a while, the first time she ever came to the house, she saw that in my bedroom and went, "You have a picture of yourself in your room? Really?" I'm like, "That's Val Kilmer."
Well, I can see how the mustache and the goatee.
Mhm.
There.
Talking
He-
about Top Secret, I'm sad nobody makes spoof movies anymore. At least not good.
Not like that.
No,
I mean,
Yeah.
Naked
that-
Gun and those ones.
Airplane 1 and
Yeah.
2. Galaxy Quest was really a spoof movie,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it was good.
But that was on a different level. That was,
Yeah,
That
I
was
liked
Star
it.
Trek, essentially.
But
That was more of a tribute in a
True.
comedy
True.
way than
True.
a spoof.
Top Secret was good.
Galaxy Quest is the best Star Trek movie.
Well, behind Replicon.
That's going to be back in the theater here. It's the flashback films, and they're going to show it, I think, in October on the big screen here. And I might go. We own it.
About making a TV show or another movie of Galaxy Quest?
I've heard
read
something like that
stuff.
too.
They tried for the show, but didn't work out.
Well, you're missing a very, very important component there now.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even a Tim Allen fan, but I liked him in that. It was, I thought it was just perfect, that whole thing. And
Yes.
Guy Fleegman.
Yeah.
You know, you see him play such a villain like in the Charlie's Angels movie, but he was great.
We miss it by the hammer.
By
Grad
Brock's hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wanna miss.
Yeah, it just wouldn't work without Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love the way he hated it, and yet he never took that headpiece off throughout the whole movie.
At the end, it was loose and flopping.
Yeah. But he hated it so much, and yet it would, like, there he is at home wearing a bathrobe and the head thing. Oh, that's not right.
The Dalmatians.
You guys should watch the documentary that came out a little while ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic behind the scenes and interviews and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know why they deleted the scenes. You see at the end of the movie the deleted scenes.
Because I remember my now ex-wife, we saw it the week that it came out in the theaters, and then I got a DVD copy, and it was so totally different. It was like heavily edited. There was a bunch of scenes taken out. There was a bunch of, like, any swear words were changed, and we're both like, no, we remember hearing, an F-bomb once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally found out what it was, because I've been trying to find the unedited version.
Oh yeah.
Walmart got an exclusive rights to be the first DVD release, and Walmart made the rule of they wanted it changed. They wanted all of the cursing taken out. They wanted there's like the one sexy scene that was taken out, and now for some reason that's the only version you can find was the edited Walmart version.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah, I found that out on some interview about 2 years ago. Because I've been killing myself trying to find the original version, because I'm like, everybody's no. I'm like, no. It's like, we remember in the theater it was totally different.
That's okay. We just start a hashtag, release the director's cut.
Yes.
Yeah, the Tim Allen cut.
Sigourney Weaver, everybody was just so perfect in all their roles. Her saying, I have one job.
It's
Yes.
Tony
One
Shalhoub.
job.
I love the way that she. I'm sorry.
For me, it was Tony Shalhoub. Just nothing fazed him, ever.
Yeah.
Let
And
me show
eating
you.
all the time.
No, but I remember in that documentary behind the scenes thing, they were talking about Sigourney Weaver, where she's like, yeah, people were so upset at first, like, oh, how could you let yourself be, reduced and stereotyped again after? And she's like, no, that was the point. It was the exact opposite of her Aliens character, and that's why they were making fun of it.
Right. And she got promoted at the end, didn't she? And had a bigger position.
Sort of.
Yeah.
I think it was a little ambiguous, but
They had that whole wonderful moment of like, why are you repeating everything the ship's saying? I have one job on the ship.
Yeah. Let me show you this. I just bought this.
Oh,
Look at that.
Yeah.
wow.
Oh wait, not Starship Enterprise or something like that. The NSEA. It was like not the Starship Enterprise or something.
Oh,
like
wow.
That
That is.
Yeah, not the Enterprise,
Not the
Yeah.
Enterprise.
Enterprise, NTE.
NTE.
Wow.
Yeah.
We ought to start a little subgroup, Starfleet fans that love Galaxy Quest, and get our uniforms and things.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Another excuse for a uniform.
Well, when Orville came out, I actually bought one of their uniforms, but of course it was from China. It didn't really fit well, but yeah, I was going to say we do something like that too. So yeah, but
But
I like the
Orville,
doctor's coat and stuff. Her uniform was different. I like that one.
In Orville, they changed the insignia badges after the first season, I think. I can
Really?
remember that
Mm,
one
Really?
way in the first season and different in the second season.
I don't remember.
I'll have to go check that.
Yeah.
Oh, my boss is back in Louisiana. Ed Tooney. Ed, you're not supposed to be watching this because we're not talking Trek. We're talking Galaxy Quest.
Which is a Trek tribute, so it works.
True.
Yeah, it totally counts. It counts.
Even the kids, at the convention, Justin Long and them, they were great.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Lower Decks. Second season.
I love Lower Decks. It's fantastic to have light-hearted Star Trek.
I was really worried at first, and the first probably 2, maybe 3 episodes, I was like, but then it all kind of fell in place, and now I've done a 180 on it. I absolutely love it.
Yes,
Yeah, you
I
were
love-
afraid that we're going to go too far with the humor, but it blends in
Well,
well.
I thought they were going to go too, I don't know if juvenile is the right way, but too simplistic, too obvious.
Yeah.
The first couple episodes, all of the humor and the jokes were, I felt like they almost insulted my intelligence. It's like there was no creativity. It was very cookie cutter, boring kind of jokes. But then you realize, well, that was kind of the point. She's putting on this persona,
Plus,
and then the stories fall into place.
those first few episodes, they were building the relationships that you now care about.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
It goes too fast for me, but I'm going to try it again. It's too frantic. But I'm
Yeah.
going to try. I'm looking forward to Prodigy.
I think that one's going to be a bit basic.
They showed the
worried about
trailer for that too, and
That one's supposed to be for kids, though, right?
yeah, but it's not juvenile. I mean,
No, I don't mean I
I
just
know,
mean it's not going to be Deep Space Nine.
no.
It's more kiddie based.
But there's a villain. I mean, I like Star Trek the animated series. I mean, DC Fontana wrote one of those. Walter
Yeah, well, that
Koenig wrote one.
Oh yeah. That was
That
And that
was for the adults. That was for the original.
Well,
Yeah.
it was supposed to be a cartoon, but I watched it. I was just glad to see Trek. I was like,
So was
Star Trek.
I.
Yeah. That's why I sat through the motion picture in the theater.
Something I love from the Lower Decks is the old reference, cross reference from all the series. That's I love from this series.
Mhm.
It's, I think maybe it's too high the how do you say cruelty
Oh,
or
yeah.
Credibility.
Cruelty.
no cruelty, yeah.
Oh.
But I love moving aside this all the reference to the next series. All the series is great. I'm every time they show something, I laughed. Oh, I remember that. I remember that. And moving to see all the series start, the Next Generation, the Deep Space Nine, and to remember all these series and watching again.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if the new generations know it about all the reference. That's a risk.
That's
Like
how
the
show-
Magado
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
or
the show
or a
goes
subtle
to
one.
original viewers.
Like a subtle reference that my ex didn't catch until I pointed it out to her. And the first season episode where Boimler gets out of phase with the transporter, the captain of that super secret science ship was that was a race that was introduced in the original animated show because he was on one of the bridge crew. And so, like, everybody's going, it's like, oh wow, they're introducing all these new aliens. And we're like, no, those are from the original series.
Original.
That's all aliens.
That's pre, first movie. So yeah, lots of references. I love that too.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the Kelvin universe?
I like it.
Well, I like
So
it because
so many.
So how's the
lines.
weather? How's the weather down there?
I don't like the flares, but
Yeah.
I just
All
any
urban
trick's
as-
better than no trick. Oh, Carl Urban.
Urban's Bones. Oh my god, that's the best thing about it.
The
It was-
actors are good. The actors are definitely good.
The first
And
one was
I-
great, I thought. After that, it felt like they were trying a bit hard.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. How's the weather?
Yeah, how's the weather?
No,
So
but
we're-
it's 4 o'clock, and I'm trying to reach Ed to see if he can come in here so he can turn this off so I can leave because there's nobody else that can do this. And Steve's been having these run about an hour, and I have to go to the car dealership. I have an
Well-
appointment at 4:30. Are you all okay? I'm trying to get Ed. If you
Yeah.
all still want to talk.
Well, if you can, great. If you can't, that's understandable. I mean, just let us know.
I'm just
And
doing
while you're-
this.
While you're doing that, I'm going to say one other thing I was going to bring up. Again, we talked about this at the picnic, and I think at the last AMA, trying to put together another kind of fleet party since we had the fleet barbecue for the CS down in Paducah. I'm working on something around Christmas or probably in January or February because Christmas time people are going to be doing busy. So we're figuring to have a New Year's party the first of the year, maybe here in Kansas City. For those who want to get together, or even if we do it in March, we can do it the VCS birthday party since my birthday is in March. But I want to do something that's going to try and get, just like what Steve did, a lot of people together. Hopefully COVID will have dissipated that we can come together or have something where if we do come together, we will be safe. But I think that's something that Fleet has always been a big part of. We do best in person. I mean, this is good, but we are people who are very we like being in a group and talking and everything else. So I'm going to try and work on that, and I'll let the fleet know when we do. But it's something my wife or my chief counselor, she's excited to look into doing something like that too. So stay tuned. Okay, Kimmy.
You're muted.
I've never done that before. I think any time that you can meet with your fellow fleeters in person is just a good thing. I think it brings us all closer. I got to watch James and Gru about kill themselves in a tug of war.
Yeah,
Which I would have sworn you all would have
Yeah, that
won.
wet grass.
Well, we'll work on it. But hey, I took home the beanbag toss. Me and Steve won first on that. So.
I won trivia first place.
Yes, you
So
did.
that was fun. Okay, Ed's at work. He can't come in. I'm trying to reach Jeff. I hate to do this, but we just got a car and we have to go. And
yeah, if you do,
no problem.
Yeah, we're
I've never
all
had to
have
do
real
this before. I've never had to say, I'm leaving. If Steve was here, then he could do it, but you all don't
Well-
have access to turn it off. But okay. Thank you all for coming. There's one next month. Anybody watching, everybody's welcome to come on. You're all welcome to do a repeat. It's a time to promote your chapter, your region. So everybody say goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Live long
Thank
and
you again.
prosper.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Good seeing you, everyone.
Anubis says